La Mer.
Kitties, come. I have to fix this. Okay. My cat's just Ace doesn't like when I close the door with him on the outside because he immediately tries to open the door back up. Hence why a moment ago he was literally trying to push the box away because he was stuck outside. Hopefully he'll be decent-ish so I can get through this now. We shall see. You too. We're gonna have to bring out the big guns. Smell it now. Today is Wednesday the 24th of February and my Fitbit is dead. Last I knew it was sometime just after 11:30, so maybe closer to midnight by now, I'm not really sure. So don't have access to a clock at this second. Anyway, today was a busy day, lots of meetings at work, good meetings though, so it was a kind of busy but relaxing sort of Friday of the work week. And also, while things were slow between meetings a little bit, I redid my nails for the first time in ages, so we have some bookish things and some Ravenclaw because I've gotten a few additional stamp plates. Originally, I just had the bookish themed one that I got a month ago, maybe 2, I forget just when. But I also recently obtained 3 little mini Harry Potter stamping plates, and also today I ended up receiving a Jurassic Park themed one, so I'm very excited. What are you doing? Is that you? BBH's? Addie. Hey, little girl. Addie. Addie. Aces. Aces. Leo. Hey, Nuna. Come here, Nuna. Someone decided to go ahead and take a last minute, just spur of the moment shower. I went ahead and left the room so that I can speak more freely in here. So yeah. Anyway. So work stuff. Nail stamping stuff. That's where we were. So yeah, I have like 3 different sets of stamping stuff. I've got the Book Lovers one from Maniology, which I got for as part of their starter kits. And then I obtained the 3 mini Harry Potter ones that are like little circle ones. One that is like a general Harry Potter themed one, and I think it's got like the Hogwarts castle and like a broom and some flames and stuff on it. And then I have a Ravenclaw specific one which has the Ravenclaw shield in the middle, and then it has a few different like textures, like a leaf pattern texture, no, like a feather, my bad, and then like 2 different kinds of plaids. So this is one of the plaids here. My camera will not really pick up on it. You can kind of see there, and that's the Raven shield from the middle piece. And then the 3rd Harry Potter one was something else that I forgot. I don't remember. I want to say it's just another generic one, but with like Deathly Hallows and stuff on it. I'll have to double check later. I put it away. But now that we're in the office, I can show the one that came in today. The same day that I ended up painting my nails with the other stuff. Jurassic Park. So, there was like 4 of them. I came across it as an ad, I think, on Facebook. And already they were sold out of 1 or 2 of the designs, so I was like, well, dang. But there we have some of them. So this one doesn't have like the full all-in-one, like the dinosaur with the Jurassic Park underneath it silhouette, but I can create something similar because we do have the T-Rex there and then the Jurassic Park logo underneath it. So that's why I ended up choosing this one, because it had the closest, and just in general had the ones that I liked most as well. Though I was torn between this one and one other one, but yeah. we've got some eggs and the DNA strand and that feather and all this stuff. So I'm very excited to like step up my game next time with this. That's gonna be kind of cool. And it looks like this is one of those that has like the layers that I've seen talk about, where like you can kind of see here where like there's the egg and then there's like the little raptor that would be coming out of the egg, and then like his little teeth and stuff separate, so like you could do each layer in a different color. So that's very cool. So yeah, very exciting. Sorry, my phone is crazy camera. Anyway, so yeah, that took a while out of the day between the meetings to get this done, because I also was trying to be like neat about it, because I'm notoriously so messy when doing my nails, and as you can see, I still have a good bit, well maybe not, but like the tips of my fingers are quite blue tinted, bluish green, from trying to wipe off all of the excess nail polish with the remover. So yeah. And then after work, I went ahead and did some editing. I'm trying to clear out what I have left over from my old channel for vlogs, because your girl is still editing from June earlier. But now I have finished the last vlog I had left for June, and also went through and edited everything from last July as well. And so I've got the first of those videos rendering off for the night. So, getting it done. Slowly but surely. We're getting there. And also, I'm not sure if I recently have advised that, unfortunately, I originally was saying here that I could repost my 2020 Bookshelves tour over to my new channel, and then I went to go find it and realized, oh, it's still being edited. I was in the middle of editing that when I started doing stuff for my new channel, so it never actually went up yet. So I guess we can just go ahead and just slap it onto the new channel and not worry about too much fuss from there. But then, when I went to open up the project file, I could not find the project file. All I could find was the folder with all of the footage in my editing software, but there was no actual project file. And so I looked closer, and then I realized I only had inputted the footage into the editing software, and I never even started editing it yet. So it's gonna take a little bit of a moment to get that one up, simply because I am trying to keep to a like pretty decent schedule on the side of the new channel, and also bookshelf tours take a hot minute to edit regardless, so I am working through it. I do have some of it edited now, and just am working on it piece by piece, because right now all I have is that shelf edited. Just that one. Out of like 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15. I can count. Anyway, other reading updates, because I have been slacking the last few days, mostly because I've been trying to work on editing stuff after work, and also Vampire Diaries. I don't know what that was. Anyway, if I push this pen off my desk one more time, Anyway, so I actually haven't read it all yesterday or today because yesterday I was just having a lazy day where I just was not in the mood to do reading. And today was just so crazy with stuff with work where I meant to do it. And then next thing I knew, I was pretty much done with the day. So yeah. Mostly just listen to music while I was working today. Anyway, because I've been listening to Sorcerer's Stone on almost 2 times speed, I am practically done with it. I think Livy says I have maybe just over an hour left to read. But yeah, I left off right at the start of chapter 19. Pretty sure that's 19. My little bookmark is covering it. JK 17. So yeah, basically Harry just walked into the room where the Mirror of Erised is and noticed that it is Quirrell. So yeah. Literally the first sentence, it was Quirrell. So yeah. We're on page 288 of 309, so I've only got like 20 pages left, so I probably could knock this out reading it physically in like 20 minutes. But I'm also trying to prioritize physically reading through this other book, Always a Forever Lord Jean, because yes, the feels. And as you can see, I'm almost done with this book as well, because I did do a big chunk of reading on this book on Monday as well. So on this one, I left off, I think I'm in the middle of, oh shoot, my stuff is falling everywhere. So yes, I left off right in the middle of the birthday party, I believe, for Lara Jean after prom. Pretty sure. If not, right after that, because that's the last thing I specifically remember. I don't recall things happening after that. No, maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. Okay, apparently I've gone far beyond prom, like, not a ton, but like a decent bit. So, from what I can tell, they're starting to talk about their like beach trip, senior trip thing. Like, that's what I see them talking about on the page after the one I'm on, and they haven't talked about it from what I actually read yet. I know that part for a fact, because I was still wondering when that was gonna start popping up. So yeah, that's where we are. Anyway, so yeah, pretty close to finishing both my books. Once I finish those, what am I due to read next, actually? Because I'm not really sure. Once I finish with this, I believe I am set to basically-ish read through Ashwater, which is a digital arc that I have due in March, so I want to go ahead and get that done. And then the next audiobook is going to be House of Night, it looks like. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold up. I could still be right, but I could be wrong. Yeah, House of Night would still be the next audiobook, I believe, as long as it's still available. After House of Night, the next one would be book 3 from Confessions of a Shopaholic. House of Night, I'm about to start book 4 whenever I get to that next one. Yeah. I have like all of my tentative TBR written down here. So like what I try and put in my like planner is the Harry Potter book that I'm working on for the annual reread is usually at the top. And then like my main TBR that's intended for the month in question, which I usually keep about 5, maybe 6 books on my like priority TBR for the month, since that's what I tend to try to accomplish, as long as I don't hit any road bumps, because that's just over one a week basically. And then I have a list from there sectioned off of what book I'm in current series, because I am in the middle of so many series. Anyway, so yeah, I have a list of all the series I'm technically in the middle of reading and which book in the series would be the next one I need to read. And then after the series, I have just like my general overall TBR, which is mostly ordered in terms of how long I've had the book. Obviously the first several books are kind of out of order because I didn't create it until years after the fact for some of these books, but they are in that order after the initial laydown of the list. So yeah, and that way I have like a general idea of, okay, I can just look at the list and just know what to try and pick up next whenever I finish a current read. So yeah, for February we have, of course, Sorcerer's Stone is my Potter reread for the month. And then for my main February TBR, I had Be Mighty by Jill A. Stoddard, which is an arc that I have been struggling to get through for the majority of the last year because it's very mental health related, but it's like, it's a short book, but I'm just struggling to read very much of it at a time. But like, I do want to finish it, but I don't want to read it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. And then I also have Everything I Thought I Knew by Shannon Takauka, which is an arc I got through Library Thing that came out back in October, but I haven't gotten to it yet because things have happened. And then I have Ashwater, which I mentioned earlier, by Melissa Koberline. And then my like random book, because basically I go through the first like 4 books from like what I need to prioritize, and then I'll throw in one random one from my TBR and go from there to kind of top off the list. Or if there's less than 4 books before I get to the randoms, then just however many until I hit 5. So yeah, that's been the majority of my TBR choice process the last several months. And yeah, so for current series that I'm in the middle of, we currently have, of course, Harry Potter for the annual reread now, but outside of that we have House of Night, which I mentioned, which I'm about, the next one would be book 4. Every Day by David Levithan, which I have yet to read book 3. Confessions of a Shopaholic, book 3. Crazy Rich Asians, book 2. Lord of the Rings, book 2. Hunger Games, book 3 I just finished, so that one's already checked off. Pretty Little Liars, book 2. Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children, book 3, because I just finished book 2 earlier this month. Arc of a Scythe, book 2. Lunar Chronicles, book 3. Castor Chronicles, book 2, which is Beautiful Creatures. I've seen it listed both ways. And then Twilight Saga, book 2, because I did recently reread Twilight, and New Moon would be the next one whenever I get back around to that. So a few minutes later, back in the room again. So yeah. So I figured for the last bit of the night I would do some work on my puzzle. I don't think I've really shared a whole bunch of the puzzles I've been working on, just talked about them a little bit here and there, but this is like the third or fourth puzzle I've worked on since getting this spinner board. This is this giant lovely thing here. Alice was hiding under the bed, so she didn't get kicked out of the room with the other cats. We're gonna give her a few minutes, see if she can behave. Usually she decides to sit on the open space of the puzzle board and try and scoop out puzzle pieces from my little boxes. Speaking of, so this is the puzzle I'm currently working on. Very colorful, as you can see. And I have these little boxes. They're called super stickers. Pretty sure you can just find them at the Container Store. My mom gave them to me ages ago. And so I have a bunch of the center pieces all separated out in little Ziploc baggies depending on what shapes they are. So as I'm going through, if there's a specific size I'm looking for, I can more or less pretty easily pull it out of here. So this one is ones that have two like outer edges that are next to each other. That one's a little faded because these are old bags. Since pretty much when I was last doing puzzles at our first apartment, like 4 years ago. That's how old. This one, if it's all outer corners, though I put the one without any inner corners, without any outer corners in there as well, simply because there's only 3 of them in the whole puzzle between those two shapes, so might as well put those two together because they're not gonna get mixed up. And then we have ones with 3 outer corners all together, and then we have just 1 outer corner. And then this one is pretty much stock full of the ones that have 2 outer corners directly opposite of each other. So you can kind of see it in there. And I have this separate, 1 because that bag is full, and 2 because that's the one I'm currently working on. So any of them that I've currently tested through are outside of the Ziploc baggie at the moment. So yeah, that's basically the process for this particular one. Other times I've also just had all the pieces just sort of openly sitting in the boxes and just transfer from one box to the other as I go through the pieces, and I'll usually just take out the pieces that look like they belong to a certain area of the puzzle. So like the one I was working on prior to this was like a bedroom with some bookshelves in the back, and the girl was lying on the bed when she was writing in a book, and there was dragons and butterflies everywhere and string lights. So like at one point I would just pull out all of the pieces that have string lights on them because they were all gathered at the top of the puzzle, so I could work on that particular section. And then when I went through enough of those, went on to something else, because sometimes you don't think it's a piece of that section you're looking for, and it is. And vice versa. Sometimes you think it is a piece of the section you're working on, and it really isn't. So yeah. But this one, there's just so much going on that looks fairly similar because it's a bunch of ice creams and stuff that I can't really totally determine, like, just based off of what section it may be. So I started off with my every single time routine of separating out the edges and the center pieces. And then once that's all separate, I start with the 4 corners and then build the outline from there, and then decide based on that particular puzzle what method works best from there and wing it. So for this one, all I've done is just the outer edges so far. And now well, there's one piece tucked into the corner there. That's not an outer edge piece. But anyway, now we're just kind of going through. So what I think I'm going to do is listen to the last of the Harry Potter book while I work on some of the puzzle. And then go from there. And you have now reached your end of your chances, little girl. But how do we remove you without you running under the bed again? That is the question. Miss Alice. Miss Alice. Remember this. Dang it, it's dying. Dang it. There we go. Follow the light. Follow it. Follow it, Alice. Dang it. Okay. Alice. Follow the laser. And now we're free from the kitties. They just can't be trusted around the puzzles. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and start my reading and puzzle working now. And I think we've about maxed out on what we can do for updates for today. So, till tomorrow. Give me a hammock. Come on in. There you go. I'll have to keep an eye on him and Luna because they keep trying to eat all the kitten food, which is why I have to keep the kitten's dry food like right next to my desk. Can't be anywhere else that's potentially unsupervised. So, super fun. So, it is officially the end of February, and as always, how? It feels like February has been like only a week long. Anyway, so I figured I was kind of close out the monthly vlog with kind of what's been going on. So I just finished work for the day a few minutes ago, and I got myself some dinner. And so we have this like frozen meal thing where it's like steak and potatoes, and then it's got like queso and some peppers and stuff in there, and then I added a crap ton of sour cream to help tone down the spice, because even now with that much sour cream I'm gonna die a little bit. So I have like all of the chocolate milk there because I'm a weakling that can barely handle pepperoni. So, but it's delicious, so we suffered through. Anyway, so yeah. I did actually get a decent bit of reading done today. Got my little handy post-it keeping track of my reading times throughout the day. So I managed to get through, let's see, about an hour, 20 minutes roughly in Untamed. And then just shy of 17 minutes-ish of Always and Forever Laura Jean. So, with this, we're already very close to the end. 252 out of, let's see, oh, 252 out of 338 pages. So, about 80 something, give or take, pages left. And in Always and Forever Laura Jean, we are on page 281 out of 325. So only about 44 pages left in this one. So I'm gonna really try to finish this tonight. I would hoped to try and finish it off yesterday, but there was a little bit more than I had expected. But still decent progress in each. So for this one, we're in the middle of Beach Week, technically on the last night of Beach Week. So there. And yeah, been hanging with some cats today. Ed grilled some burgers for our lunch while I was working, and then he set up the dining room table downstairs, so that's all set. We've got like cardboard pieces on top with some double-sided tape to try and help train the cats to not jump up on it, hopefully, because they have a habit of doing that with all of the tables. And then what else was it? I don't know. I've also been just like blaring French music in my office all afternoon while I was reading and working, because it's fabulous, and honestly French music is so underrated and more people should listen to it, to be honest. So yeah, and yeah, there's not really a whole lot going on. I managed to get a decent bit of editing done yesterday, which is why I didn't really like update. So I've got everything for the February vlog edited except for this at the moment, and I also got like a month-ish of editing on older vlogs as well, so that's all good. No, I did that a couple of days ago. The other video I edited yesterday was the Got Walls book shopping trip, and so I've edited everything except the final piece where I just went over the books that I actually picked up and talked about them. So that's what I'm going to be doing after I finish editing this vlog, and also just go get those done. between those two videos and then start getting them rendered and uploaded, so they'll be ready soon. And yeah, it'll be exciting. And then tomorrow I will go ahead and sort through getting everything ready for posting my TBR. Between the next month will be weekly reading vlogs instead of this monthly thing, because right now February is sitting at over 2 hours, and I'm sorry, but I thought about switching to weekly too late to really do a thing, and I don't know. I'm considering maybe uploading it in parts and just uploading them back to back. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And so yeah, between Instagram, rating vlog, etc., I will be going over my final March TBR tomorrow. Yeah, things are kind of a mess right now because I have so many books that don't have a home. So, fun. Anyway, I'm trying to keep this short. I'm already at 7 minutes. That's basically where we're at, where we basically have finished off the month of February. Let me get my thing. So, as far as reading goes, I'm feeling better about myself because I did way better than I did January. So I finished reading through the rest of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue this month, as well as read through pretty much most, if not hopefully all, of Always and Forever Lara Jean. And I did completely read through Hollow City and Sorcerer's Stone. And let's see, also Mockingjay. I did finish that one as well. And if, as I mentioned, I am getting closer with Untamed, which is not bad at all, because that's a total of 4 books that I finished, and then 1, maybe 2 more that I am close to finishing. So I'm not mad at it. And hopefully I will be just as successful tomorrow. Well, starting tomorrow for the month of March. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and officially this time wrap this up, and yeah. See you on Friday, I guess. Pour le jour et un mari pour la nuit, j'ai un amant pour l'amour et